17 reasons the 1988 Shroud of Turin carbon dating is unreliable. Sample from a repaired area. The piece tested was likely from a medieval patch woven into the shroud after fire damage, not from the original linen. Invisible reweaving. Microscopic analysis shows different types of cotton and weaving techniques at the sample site, suggesting medieval repair fibers were blended invisibly. Contamination over centuries. The shroud was exposed to fires, floods, soot, and handling, adding newer carbon material that could skew the dating younger. Fire of 1532. The intense heat of the 1532 fire could have caused chemical changes, carbon monoxide bonding, that altered the carbon-14 content of the linen. Microbiological growth. Over 700 years, bacteria and fungi grew on the shroud's fibers, leaving organic residues that could artificially lower its apparent age. Single-site sampling. Only one small area was sampled for carbon dating, violating normal protocols that require multiple samples from different areas for reliability. Laboratory disagreements. The three labs, Oxford, Zurich, and Arizona, reported different data spreads, suggesting inconsistencies in handling and sample quality. No cross-check with textile experts. Textile historians were not consulted before sampling, missing clear signs that the tested area was different from the main fabric. Statistical red flags. The statistical spread of the carbon results did not match what is expected from truly random error, hinting at contamination or mixed material. New testing shows older age. Recent studies using wide-angle X-ray scattering, WAXS, and mechanical tests suggest the linen's structure matches first-century fabrics, not medieval ones. Bias of scientists. Key figures like Dr. Edward Hall were openly skeptical or hostile toward religious interpretations, showing clear bias. Public money and reputation pressure. The labs had received millions in funding to promote their new carbon dating methods, giving strong incentives to produce a clean, simple result. Selection manipulation. Originally 7 labs were planned, but the project was suddenly cut to just 3 labs and 1 dating method, reducing checks and balances. Access and secrecy. Sampling decisions were made with limited oversight, and the choice of sample site was influenced by political pressure, not neutral science. Arrogant announcements. Scientists announced the shroud was a fake with mocking language and sweeping conclusions, violating the cautious tone of real scientific reporting. Later reversals by scientists. Some involved scientists, like Raymond Rogers, later admitted that the sample area was chemically different and probably not original shroud material. Fierce resistance to retesting. Many establishment scientists resist retesting the shroud today, fearing exposure of the 1988 errors and damage to their reputations. The 1988 carbon dating of the Shroud of Turin is not just flawed, it's broken. The sample was taken from the wrong spot, contaminated, and handled under suspicious conditions by people with clear biases and something to prove. Newer tests, better technology, and honest science all point to something far older and far stranger than a medieval forgery. In fact, the more science digs in, the more it begins to look like the shroud might be exactly what it appears to be. A real burial cloth of a real crucified man from 1st century Jerusalem, bearing the image of someone who somehow left behind something no one can explain.